This horse just came in a couple days ago. His name is Banks. I have worked him a couple times since he has been here. He's really nice on the ground. Seems like he wants to be good. He seems pretty tolerant of most things. But what I've noticed, see, like when I swung that rope over him, how he got so worried. He's really reactive. He seems like a horse that was kind of cowboy started, too quick, too hard. So what basically I'm doing, you can't see, but Melinda's outside the arena in the pasture with Bob, and Bob's chewing on her hair. So he's very reactive. He seems like he was started too hard, too quick. And I need to get him just chill, basically. I don't think desensitizing him is the right thing to do right now. Like working desensitizing to a flag or anything like that, because it's not really what he needs. He doesn't seem like it's the object that worries him. He seems like it's the person that worries him. And when I put the saddle on, he has a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety about the saddle. See right there, he's just worried. Just worried. And when I take him out of this environment right here where the saddle's not here, he's like a puppy dog. So we need to get this anxiety down. I'm spending a lot of time with him, basically just like this. Just letting him realize that it's okay, I'm not gonna hurt him. Nothing's gonna hurt him. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on him too quick, which is, I think, what the problem is. I still need to put pressure on him, but I need to put pressure on him so that he understands it and is okay with it. So I'm doing a lot of just repetitious, basic, simple stuff over and over until he chills. When you start a horse, if you start the horse correctly and advance the horse as the horse is ready, you don't typically have too many problems. Sometimes you do, but you don't typically. And he seems like he was just kind of pushed on a little too hard, too quick. So I'm letting him spend a lot of time taking in and understanding what I'm doing. Do we need to move? Bob's trying to crawl up in her lap. So I'm spending a lot of time just letting him understand that things are okay. See, right, his body is really stiff. He looks good because he's not moving, but he's stiff. We need him to be relaxed and not move. And be relaxed to all this that I'm doing. See if he'll move his feet and walk with that saddle pad on. See how he was reluctant to walk off? Because his body was so stiff. He just chewed. Good sign. The work that I'll be doing with him is lots of remedial work like this. Lots of stuff that is kind of slow and boring to watch, but this is what's going to make this a nice horse. There's a guy that taught me a lot about training horses, Floyd James. He said that if you don't wait on a horse when you need to, they're going to make you wait on them when they need to. And that's basically what this stage this horse is in. When he was started, I don't think they waited and let him understand what was happening before they progressed. And now he's making us wait on him to take it all in. I had all that stuff laid on the ground. I just recorded the live of Saber. Saber's live working on saddling him. If you missed that, I'm trying to do a live training every Thursday morning, somewhere around 9 o'clock, between 9 and 9:30, whatever we can make happen. So you might try to watch that next week on YouTube if you're interested. It's live on YouTube. I'm not putting it out live on Facebook yet. I'll put it up on Facebook after the fact later, after I do it live, and then I have to do some things to it to get it on Facebook. I'm not set up where I can go live on both. Right now, going live just on YouTube is kind of the limit of our technical abilities. So, with a lot of horses, I like to put the bridle on first. That helps get their attention in on what I'm working on. All this stuff helps get their attention in on what I'm working on, not so much out at other horses, cows, whatever. He needs a combination of that. He needs some of the bridle to help distract him, to help get his focus in, and then he needs some focusing on what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and put the bridle on him. I bridled him yesterday and the day before. He was a little bit of a challenge to bridle, which is not surprising. I'm not really going to do anything special as far as making his bridling better. I'm just going to keep taking my time, letting him take the bridle. See right there, he stuck his head up. I just stayed with him. I hear people all the time talk about they can't do that, they're short. Well, I'm only like 5'5", I'm not that tall. You can make it work one way or another. If you got to, get something to stand on. Let's go down the hole. Now notice when he kind of put his head up and around, I didn't do anything to fuss at him. I didn't do anything about it. I just kept on doing what I was doing. Didn't let him not take the bridle. But I didn't fuss at him or anything. There was a board there. The head going up and everything he's doing is about worry from being bridled. If I fuss at him for his behavior, there's only going to be more worry. So it's different. You have to be able to look at your horse and tell what they're doing. Is it anxiety from not being comfortable with what you're doing? Or is this the horse saying, no, I don't want you to do what you're doing? Two different situations that are handled totally separate, totally different. A horse that is not comfortable being bridled is going to be handled different than a horse that doesn't want to be bridled. Let's go this way. A horse that doesn't want to be bridled, in that case, then you are going to scold them for sticking their head up in the air and trying to not let you bridle them. A horse that has anxiety about being bridled, you're going to keep doing it right until that anxiety goes away. There's nothing you can do to make that anxiety go away quicker. You just have to keep doing it until it goes away. Until they figure out that whatever they were anxious about doesn't exist anymore. See how he's looking around? His body got stiff already. He's worried about what I'm going to do. Now, it's kind of a fine line here. I need to get the saddle tight enough so it don't fall off, but I don't want to tighten it so much that it increases his anxiety about the saddle. So I'm going to tighten it enough that it don't fall off, but not enough that I could get on. Don't put your mouth on me. He could use a little bit longer girth, but this is the girth that I had out there. If his body is getting tight, I can feel his muscles quivering. Now, I'm in a position here to where if I turn him loose, he might buck. But if I give him a chance to just sit here and see if he will go ahead and relax, see if he'll go ahead and maybe exhale. But I have to be careful that he don't just blow up and end up stomping on me. That saddle is probably barely tight enough that it won't fall off. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I need to have a camera here videoing out there. What's going on out there is a whole lot more interesting than what's going on in here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take my lead rope off, put a lunge line on, so that if he does run off and buck, I got a longer line to hold him. What I really want to do is see if we can walk and move his feet and not get that big blow up. But I want to be careful that he don't lunge forward on top of me. So I'm going to stand off to the side like this. He's chewing. He's starting to relax a little bit. That's what I wanted to see. Walk a circle, and I really need to get that saddle one hole tighter. He just bumped my hand when he went over the board. I really don't think he was trying to nip me, but as soon as he bumped my hand, he reacted like he'd been hit for nipping. I don't know if this horse has ever nipped before, but it makes me think that he could have been scolded at some point and not understood what he was being scolded for. And that would explain how he's acting. Okay, so this saddle, it's tight enough it's not going to fall off. It's not tight enough for me to get on. I'm going to leave him wearing this saddle for an hour or two and let him understand that the saddle is not creating the anxiety. He has anxiety about the saddle. He has anxiety about a person asking him to do something when he has that saddle on. Got to work on one step at a time. I'm going to put him over here between the two arenas. There's not a lot of room there. There's kind of an alley run. Might be finally drying out enough where I'll be able to drag my arena. We've had so much rain. Now when I walk through here, I'm going to immediately step to the left in case he lunges through this gate. I don't want him to lunge like that right there. I didn't want to be in front of him if that happened. Saddle's still good. And I'm gonna just leave him wearing that saddle. As soon as I turned him loose, he humped his back like he wanted to buck. Now he's bucking a little bit. It's okay. That anxiety has to go away. He has to be okay with the saddle. He has to understand it's not going to hurt him. Horses like this, if you keep pushing, this is how you create a cold back horse that bucks every time. They have to be okay with the saddle. So this is what I'm going to be doing with him for the next couple of days. And he's going to have to tell me when to progress to the next step. He's got to relax to the saddle. We got to drive before we get on. So I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get on, but we have to get over this first. So this is Banks. I'll have a playlist up at the top of his videos on YouTube. This is his first one. And until next time, thank you for watching.